Notice that the Qur'an refers to Mary, the mother of Jesus, as the sister of Aaron. Here, Muhammad obviously thought that Mary, the mother of Jesus, was Miriam, the sister of Aaron. This is simply an error in the Qur'an. Now, Christians during the time of Muhammad recognized this error, and they pointed it out to Muhammad's followers. In Sahih Muslim, number 5326, we read, Mughira bin Shuba reported, when I came to Najran, they, the Christians of Najran, asked me, you read, O sister of Harun, or Aaron, in the Quran, whereas Moses was born much before Jesus. When I came back to Allah's Messenger, I asked him about that, whereupon he said, the people of the old age used to give names to their persons after the names of apostles and pious persons who had gone before them.
In front of us we have the word akh, which in Arabic means brother. This particular word, brother, has two plurals, ikhwa and ikhwan. Ikhwa is a more specific type of brother, while ikhwan is more general. So for example, ikhwan can be used for a brother in faith, or for example, a brother is from the same country, or from the same locality, or from the same lineage. Ikhwa is usually used for a blood brother. There's only one instance in the Qur'an where it's actually not used for blood brother, but it's actually used for the relationship between the believers, to indicate the strong bond. But usually, this plural is used for blood brothers. We have also the word ukht, which means sister. And this is used in the same way as akh. This is the feminine form. And this word, ukht, sister, has just one plural. So, by having one plural, this plural can actually be used specifically, similar to ikhwa, but it can also be used generally, similar to ikhwan. We can say akhawat could be sisters, blood sisters, or it could be sisters in faith, or sisters from a same country, or whatever it is. So in other words, the singular akh and ukht can be used in its literal sense, in that meaning a blood brother or a blood sister, but also used more generally. And that usage is even found in English. For example, in hospitals where nurses are called sisters. And there's many examples we could mention. Now, the general usage of these words can actually also be used for the non-intelligent. And every time a nation enters the hellfire, it will curse its sister nation, the one that it followed from. So they're called sisters in the Qur'an. Now, another example of this in the Qur'an, it says, إِنَّ الْمُبَذِّرِينَ كَانُوا إِخْوَانَ الشَّيَاطِينَ. Indeed, the wasteful, or those who spend extravagantly, are brothers of the devils. So not literally, obviously, but in the way they act. They waste their money, and they don't care about others. These are all devilish attributes. And so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned that they are the brothers of the devils. And there are a number of other examples I could have used for this. There's another point I want to mention. Let's see what David Wood has to say.
So Muhammad's response is that people during the time of Mary would refer to a pious young woman as the sister of X, where X might be a prophet from 1400 years earlier. The problem is that we have no record of such a practice in first century Israel, and we don't even find this practice elsewhere in the Quran. The problem is that we have no record of such a practice in first century Israel, and we don't even find this practice elsewhere in the Quran.
But the question is, does the Hebrew language support this usage? That's the question. And what we should do is go to a classical Hebrew lexicon, a lexicon used when studying the Bible. And let's read what it says. Now this is a Hebrew lexicon. That's the address bar. You can check that out. And this word is pronounced as akh. And in Arabic it's akh. So it's the same word. Exactly the same word. And it has the same usage. Brother, brother of the same parents, half-brother, relative, kinship, same tribe. So it's used in the same way. So for example, if I said Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was the brother of Ibrahim, that's a perfect usage in the Hebrew language. Similarly, in Hebrew it's akhut, which is similar to ukht in Arabic. Once again, we go here, it's used for relative, and it's used metaphorically as well. That's what it's saying here, as a metaphor, and used figuratively, of an intimate connection. You have two things that are connected to one another. You can use the word ukht, precisely the same usage in Arabic. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.